In the summer of 2007, I went on a trip to Europe, and one of the places I wanted to visit is known as Eagle's Nest. Eagle's Nest is a famous historical site from World War II. It was Hitler's mountaintop retreat in Bavaria in southern Germany near the Austrian border. It's at the top of a mountain where the Nazi government had built many facilities for the German government at that time. And there are many documentaries I've seen where they show Hitler at Eagle's Nest up in the scenic Alps with his top aides before and during World War II. I arrived at a visitor center near the bottom of the mountain, and we had to take a bus up to near the top. And then when we got near the top, we went into a tunnel that took us to an elevator, and then the elevator took us to the very top. At the top of the mountain is the building known as Eagle's Nest, and nowadays it is a restaurant and drinks and tours center. The view up there is absolutely spectacular. Even though there are pictures and information about its role in World War II, the German government nowadays primarily focuses on the area as a natural and hiking and just a beautiful place to visit type of location. But for those of us who are interested in World War II, it did have that information up there too. The Eagle's Nest was captured by the Americans after the war. There was actually no record of Hitler visiting there after 1941. One of our questions was, why didn't we bomb it if we thought Hitler might be there? But Hitler wasn't really there by the time the Americans entered the war. They did attempt to bomb it once near the end of the war, and they missed, but nobody was probably there of importance. So fortunately, it wasn't destroyed and can be kept as a historical location. After the war, it was turned over to the German government in the early 1950s, and they fixed up the area and did want to turn it into a recreational area. Just above Eagle's Nest, just a little bit higher, there's a big cross. And at first I thought maybe it had something to do with victims of Hitler. But it was actually built to honor construction workers who died building not just Eagle's Nest, but all the facilities in the mountain. But it's a beautiful cross up at the top, and I happen to think about the victims of Hitler while looking at it and thinking about the historical events that had occurred there. But on the bright side, on the positive side, the war is history more than 60 years ago, and it's a beautiful place, and Germany's at peace, and all of us can go there and visit and enjoy the beautiful views of nature, and fortunately put the past behind us. But at the same time, I do want to share with my students and others that even though the history is behind us, I think it's very important to learn the history and know the history, visit the places, find out what happened. So hopefully we learn from what happened and never have to go through that again. So I want to share this digital story, my pictures, my story of Eagle's Nest with my students and colleagues, and hopefully maybe some of them can go visit in the future and share my interest in World War II and history.